So I started running in 2008, and I was working out at a gym, and my trainer got me on the treadmill, and I started going, and she just made the comment, "Wow, you look like a runner." I was like, okay. But I just went with that, and then that fall I signed up for my very first 5K program to just kind of learn about running and stuff like that.
Miss Sturch has motivated me in many ways, just seeing how much she devoted time towards band, and she's still able to become this great runner that she is. So knowing that, it kind of my issue was I was kind of oh, I'm doing band, I won't be able to be as great as a runner, but I mean, she motivated me to show my potential basically, and I see someone else that did the exact same thing in my shoes. So it kind of gives me that that power and that person to talk to, hey, I'm feeling down, what can I do? And she was always there for me.
So as teachers, being able to recognize, hey, you're a good musician, you should try out for this, or you should consider doing this or that. It just takes believing in ourselves and believing in our students. I'm not gonna lie, this has probably been the toughest fall semester that I've ever encountered in the last 22 years with, coming into Little Elm as a new director, especially last minute right before all the camps started, and then on top of that, knowing that I'm training for the New York City Marathon.
I think it's pretty cool that my band directors run the marathon, just because it kind of that's something we were able to bond about throughout the season. When I got to know her, the first thing we said was oh, you run too? And I was like, oh yeah, And then it really helps because she understands the running side of stuff. So if I ever had a race or something, she would work with me in order to help me compete and still be in band at the exact same time.
I talk a lot to the band kids about starting what you finish. We just wrapped up our marching season this past weekend at area contest, and I kept telling them, just finish what you started. Every day, just aim to be 1% better the next day, whether it's playing your instrument, just being a better human being. Just work on being 1% better than the day before. And also, being able to run a marathon and band, it's a lot of times we got to push outside of our comfort zone. A lot of times we don't get better until we push outside of our comfort zone.
I don't personally have to just focus on one thing in my life and try to rely on my focus. I can do multiple things and they all coincide with another. If you start doing one thing and it's benefiting you in these ways, and you apply this other type of knowledge, or you use the other skills that you learned from something else, it ultimately makes you become a better person, athlete, and overall student.
I wasn't going to run another marathon until I saw something on, I think, Facebook or something about the new TCS offering teachers an opportunity to run as a part of TCS, which is the big corporate sponsor for the race. And so I filled out the information for this contest, which involves some essays and some other things, and lo and behold, I was one of 50 teachers selected. So I consider it quite an honor to be selected to be able to participate in the New York City Marathon, especially the 50th running of it, and then after not being able to run it last year. So it's a pretty big deal, and I'm super excited. My goal is just to enjoy the moment. My goal is to finish, and by crossing that finish line, it's to inspire my students, my family, my friends, my colleagues, in regards to, I started this thing and I'm going to finish this thing. But just being able to enjoy the moment, take in all the energy that's on that course, that's what I'm looking forward to.